In fiscal 2025, Costco sold 245 million hot dog combos. At $1.50 each, that's nearly 10 times as many hot dogs as every Major League Baseball stadium in America, combined. The price hasn't moved since 1985. Adjusted for 40 years of inflation, that hot dog should cost $4.60 today, and Costco loses money on every one. In 2013, when the company's incoming CEO suggested raising the price by just 25 cents, the founder refused in an exchange that's now part of Costco folklore. The directive he left his successor with was simple: figure it out. So, why would a $270 billion company defend a money-losing snack like it's company scripture? Because that hot dog is the most strategically important product Costco sells. And once you see why, you understand the entire Costco playbook in a single bite. On the surface, the Costco hot dog is just a quirky brand artifact, a piece of nostalgia from a different era of American retail. The story most people know goes like this. In 1984, 1 year after Costco opened its first warehouse, the company set up a hot dog cart outside its San Diego location. The original supplier was Hebrew National. The combo cost $1.50, and it just never changed. Most people accept this as folklore, a founder's whim that calcified into tradition. The CEO won't raise it because customers love the symbolism. Costco eats the loss because the goodwill is worth more than the margin. It's a charming story. It's also wrong, because nostalgia doesn't survive 40 years of compounding inflation. Nostalgia doesn't survive 4 recessions, a global pandemic, and the worst inflation cycle in 40 years. Nostalgia doesn't survive an actual CEO walking into the founder's office and trying to raise the price. And nostalgia definitely doesn't justify Costco building 2 of its own hot dog manufacturing plants, one outside Los Angeles in 2009, and a second one in the Chicago area a few years later, when the original supplier couldn't hold the price anymore. That's not sentimentality, that's industrial-scale strategic commitment. Costco has spent decades, real capital, and a public CEO confrontation defending the price of a single snack. Every part of the conventional explanation falls apart on contact with the numbers. So, the question isn't why won't Costco raise the price? The question is, what is the hot dog actually doing for this company that makes the cost of preserving it worth it? Here's what's actually going on. The hot dog isn't a product Costco sells. The hot dog is a signal. And what it's signaling is a $5.3 billion business sitting one layer behind it, because Costco doesn't really make money the way most retailers do. In fiscal 2025, Costco posted $269.9 billion in net sales. On all of that, its operating margin was around 3.3%, razor thin even by grocery standards. They make almost nothing on what they sell you, but they do make $5.3 billion every year on something else entirely. The membership fee. The actual product Costco sells is not the things in the warehouse. The actual product is the membership card. And once you understand that, the hot dog stops looking like a money-losing snack and starts looking like exactly what it is. The single most visible, most repeated, most viral proof that Costco's prices are real. Richard Galanti, who was Costco's CFO for 40 years until he stepped down in 2024, said it directly to Fortune. Quote, "A $5 chicken and a $1.50 dog signal that Costco is holding the line on low prices." That sentence is the whole strategy. The hot dog isn't there to feed members, it's there to tell them that everything else in the building is priced honestly. Even members who never buy one know the price. The price itself does the work. And the work it's doing shows up in numbers most retailers would trade their CEO for. Costco's global membership renewal rate in 2025 was 90.2%. In the US and Canada, it was 92.7%. There are 38.7 million paid executive members now, roughly 47% of Costco's entire member base. That's the $130 a year tier, and it's up 9.3% year over year. And in September 2024, when Costco finally did raise the membership fee for the first time in 7 years, pushing executive memberships to $130 and Gold Star to $65. They didn't touch the hot dog. They raised the actual product. They didn't touch the symbol. Now this is where it gets interesting, because if you accept that the hot dog is a signal and not a product, almost every weird thing Costco does about it starts to make complete sense. The plants, the Coke to Pepsi to Coke switching, the founder's flat refusal to let his own successor raise the price by 25 cents. These aren't quirks, they're maintenance work on a $5.3 billion asset disguised as a snack. Let's start with the maintenance work, because the story behind it is genuinely incredible. In about 2013, Craig Jelinek, who was Costco's CEO at the time, the successor to founder Jim Sinegal, went to Sinegal with a problem. Costco was losing money on every hot dog combo. Jelinek wanted to raise the price by 25 cents to $1.75. According to Jelinek himself, who told this story in a 2018 speech to a Chamber of Commerce in Washington state. Sinegal's response was blunt enough to become internet folklore the day it went public. The directive at the end was clear: figure it out. So Jelinek figured it out. And the way he figured it out is the most important part of this whole story. He didn't accept the loss. He didn't negotiate harder with Hebrew National. He built Costco its own hot dog factory. One outside Los Angeles in 2009 and another in the Chicago area later. The company switched to Kirkland's signature beef franks made in its own facilities. Then in 2013, the soda contract came up, and rather than renegotiate with Coca-Cola at higher prices, Costco switched the entire combo to Pepsi. In summer 2025, for the hot dog combo's 40th anniversary, they switched back to Coke. The soda partner has been a variable, the price has not. This is the part most analysis misses. When the supply chain made the $1.50 hot dog impossible, Costco didn't change the price. Costco changed the supply chain. They vertically integrated a snack. Now, the obvious counter-argument is that the hot dog might not actually lose money anymore. Jelinek himself said in 2018 that bringing production in-house let them make, quote, a fair return on it. Maybe true, but even if the hot dog is break-even, Costco is still leaving roughly $3.10 of pricing power on the table per combo, every single time. At 245 million combos a year, that's about 760 million of foregone revenue annually that Costco is choosing not to capture. The strategic sacrifice is identical whether the direct loss is 40 million or zero. They're spending pricing power they could collect in exchange for something else. And here's the proof that the something else matters. In November 2022, Sam's Club, which is Walmart's warehouse club, Costco's only real direct competitor, dropped its competing hot dog combo to $1.38, lower than Costco. Sam's Club got essentially zero cultural traction from it. Nobody made t-shirts about the Sam's Club hot dog. Nobody wrote viral tweets about it. The price wasn't the asset. The asset was 40 years of Costco specifically refusing to raise the price. Observed by tens of millions of members, becoming a folk artifact. Sam's Club could match the number. It couldn't manufacture the trust. So, what's actually going on structurally? Three things. First, the food court is geographically placed past the checkout in every Costco. You walk through the entire warehouse, about 4,000 SKUs, with markups capped at 14% on third-party goods and 15% on Kirkland, before you even see the hot dog. The basket pays for the snack. By the time you're eating it, Costco has already won. Second, the hot dog is an anchor price in the technical sense. The cognitive psychology term for it is price anchoring. When members see one price hold for 40 years, they unconsciously calibrate every other price in the building against it. Costco's other prices have absolutely gone up. Members have a much harder time noticing because the most visible price tag, the one above the food court, never moves. And third, this is structurally non-copyable. Walmart, Kroger, Target, they all run their food courts or cafes as profit centers, not loss leaders, because they don't have $5.3 billion of prepaid membership revenue underwriting them. The only retailer in America that can afford to deliberately not make money on a flagship product is the one whose customers have already paid to walk in the door, which means the hot dog can only exist inside the Costco model. It can't be copied out of it. Zoom out, and the bigger picture is this. The $1.50 hot dog encodes the entire Costco playbook in a single product. Capped margins. Costco refuses to mark up Kirkland products above 15%, and third-party products above 14%, no matter what the market would bear. In-house manufacturing when suppliers won't cooperate. Kirkland Signature is now a $59 billion brand, larger than Nike. And profit margin, Costco doesn't make money from your purchases. It makes money from your commitment to come back. The hot dog is renewal psychology made visible. It's a $1.50 promise that the entire $270 billion business behind it is being run honestly. And the broader lesson here is one of the most underrated principles in business. The most strategically valuable product a company sells is not always the one that makes money. Sometimes it's the one that protects the product that does. Costco doesn't sell hot dogs. Costco sells the promise that it sells hot dogs at $1.50. And that promise is worth $5.3 billion a year. This is Northcase. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. And if you learned something today, hit like and leave a comment below.